Good morning, everybody. It's 9:06 a.m., a lot later than I usually come on. I'm just doing a video here. Actually replaced my motherboard this weekend, and unfortunately, with the plugins I use for the market profile and volume profile on my Ninja Trader, since it's a new computer, it has a new machine ID, and for some reason, the company I use just can't automate me another activation code. It might even take a day, which is crazy to me. But that's what it is. It's not like I have to use that, but that's what I use to analyze stuff, market profile, buy profile. We can still do some scenarios today, of course. I'm gonna make it much briefer, but get into some of what I saw over the weekend, and it's a whole lot of mess. Well, a lot of stocks and sectors. I'll briefly go over that today. But we have a big week of earnings, big week of data. We have core PCE and non-farm payrolls and unemployment. So a pretty big week, right? Now this market, keep talking about it because we got that election ahead of us. Just can't get follow through to the downside or to the upside. The people don't want to be holding the bag, I believe. Okay, that's what's going on. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile, which I don't have right now, to find structure in the markets along with gamma exposure levels, supply and demand, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. All right, all helps me find structure, and structure is usually king. Price action can fool you. That's why I like using something on a larger scale, and it's not like lagging. It is what it is. Most traded price, market profile. It's not lagging. It's giving you a roadmap of what's going on in the market, and it's easily laid out, and I really like it that way. Okay. Now, today be a little different because I'm not going to be able to analyze it with the Nasdaq and that, but that's fine. Every day I normally do this at 8:10 a.m. Okay, I normally do it at 8:10 a.m. and hopefully you can join me and subscribe and set an alert. All right. Every day I recap this market, give you news, leaders and laggards, and just a general feel of what's going on in the story of the markets. All right. Just going on what the story is in the markets. Okay. Now, if you enjoy my content, smash the like button. All right. You can also follow me on X. That's at Gonzo719. You can also check out my many trading videos on my YouTube Shorts as well as my X account. You can also do it on TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader. All right. Now, we're going to get right into this watch list here. Okay, like I said, I'm going to not go crazy today because I don't have my market profile by profile. But I don't need it, but it's an integral part. All right, it's an integral part of my system. Okay, let's check out what's going on here. All right, who's leading here? Bitcoin is leading, followed by Bitcoin's up 3.47%, Ether's up 2.17, Russell's up 0.82, Nasdaq up 0.75, ES up 0.58, the Dow's up 0.50, the dollar is up 0.25, silver is up 0.17, 10-year yield is pretty much flat but still rising, crazy. 30-year bonds are flat, gold's down 0.21, the VIX is down 6.10%. It's at 19. 19. It did go over 20, but it's down. Now, crude is crazy. It's down 6.2%, down to $67 a barrel. Israel did bomb Iran, or Iran, however you want to say it, and they just didn't affect any oil sites. So the market just said, all right, let's take these profits, and it gapped down, opened up, gapped down. So very interesting crude. Very, very interesting. Move over to the Mag 7 Plus. We have the leaders, Coinbase, no shocker there, up 3.56. Google's up 1.99. Google reports this week. Okay. AMD reports this week. They're up 1.77. Meta up 1.35. Does Meta report this week? Let me just see. I'm looking at a calendar here. Obviously, I could just look at the date, but I'm just trying to see if I see Meta. I don't see it this week. Let's just be conscious here. 10:30. So it is this week. Why am I not seeing that? Meta, yeah, yep, it is this week. Wow, a lot of heavyweights this week, boy. All right, so Nvidia, it's up 0.95. They don't report this week. Amazon, did they report this week? Let's see. Yes, they do. So, man, a lot of heavyweights this week, boy. All right, Snowflake, Microsoft. Does Microsoft report this week? I don't think so. Earnings on 10:30. Yes, they do. All right. Apple reports this week. All right. So Tesla's up 0.56. Netflix already reported. We got Broadcom that already reported. GE already reported last week. Took a dive. Berkshire Hathaway took a dive last week. JP Morgan and Boeing's down 1.32%. Let's go over to top sectors. Alrighty. McDonald's. McDonald's is up after that E. coli scare, 2.27%, followed by Uber up 1.113, followed by Salesforce, followed by Eli Lilly. Okay, who's lagging? We got Chevron and Exxon with crude taking a dive. All right, that's what's going on there. Swing trade list. Who's leading? Donald Trump stock. Norwegian Cruise Lines up 4.4. MicroStrategy's up 4.38. That thing moves like a rocket. Carnival Cruise Line, Riot. This is all Bitcoin related. Hawaiian, is that Hawaiian Electric? I think that's Hawaiian Electric. Up 3.79. Mara Mining up 3.75. American Airlines up. Bitcoin ETF and Hood up 3.10. So a lot of these stocks are up. Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, United Airlines. So we got airlines and cruises up. Spotify's up 2.33, Delta Airlines up 2.27, JetBlue. A lot of airlines getting love today. SoFi up 2.2%, Baba's up 1.88. I think we'll round it out there. I saw Southwest also up. All right, is there a lagger today? Couple. Devon Energy, right? Energy again, EOG down 2.87, ConocoPhillips down 2.74. These are all energy. Occidental Petroleum down 2.58, Marathon down point. This is all energy. Hess Energy. Taiwan Semiconductors, interesting, down 2.06%. Bilateral Energy down 2%. Those are the laggards today. Energy, really. All right, with that big dip in crude. That's what's going on there. Let's go to the sectors. And what do we have here? We have. Seems like we're going back and forth between the leader of communications, which is Meta and Google, and technology, which is Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. So, and then we got Amazon and Tesla. So big sectors leading right here, of course, after the dip on Friday. So like I said, every dip short-lived, every move up short-lived. Lagger is energy, down 2.22%. All right, that's what's going on there. Now we can move on to the economic calendar, right, and see what we have going on this week. All right, Dallas Fed today. I'm just going to go over the big ones. All right, the big ones. Let's see here. So the big boys are core PCE on Thursday, initial jobless claims, and then non-farm payrolls and unemployment on Friday. So big data this week. Big data this week. Okay. Now, as far as earnings, let's just do earnings. What do we have this week? Boy. All right. After the close today, Ford, Waste Management. Okay. Tomorrow before the open, SoFi, PayPal, BP, McDonald's, Pfizer, Royal Caribbean, JetBlue. It's interesting. They're getting love already. Tomorrow after the close, AMD, Google, Chipotle, Visa. All right. Wednesday before the open, Eli Lilly, Caterpillar, Humana. Right. ADP, Santander. Wednesday after the close, you got Microsoft, Meta, Coinbase, Hood, Robinhood, Etsy, Riot, Roku, Carvana, and Starbucks. My lord. The earnings are just crazy this week. All right, still going. Before the open on Thursday, Uber, Peloton, Merck, ConocoPhillips, SiriusXM, Altria, MasterCard, Estee Lauder, Norwegian Cruise Lines. All right. Thursday after the close, Amazon, Apple, Intel, Atlassian. God, this is such a big United States Steel. Friday before the open, Fubo, TV, Chevron, Exxon, Wayfair, Dominion Energy, and wow, that is some earnings this week with data. And then the election is the following week. So craziness, craziness. Let's look at some news here. Apple stock rose 0.4 ahead of its earnings later this week, with the tech giant on track to be the first company to hit 4 trillion in market capitalization. That's a battle between Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia. Tesla stock rose 0.8, adding to Friday's gains after CEO Elon Musk announced plans to grow vehicle sales by 30% next year, buoyed by a new, cheaper model and enthusiasm for self-driving software. All right, we know why Exxon and Chevron dropped. Trump Media stock rose 6.9, continuing the sharp rally of recent weeks, driven by investors' bets on the potential Trump victory. All right, what else here? CrowdStrike stock rose 0.1 despite Delta Airlines announcing plans to sue the security software company for $500 million in damages. Robinhood stock rose 2.6 after the trading platform announced the launch of U.S. presidential election event contracts, enabling customers to trade based on a prediction for the tightly contested race. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's look at the juice. Now the juice here, just because it's crazy that Israel, um, it says oil prices dropped dramatically after Israel's limited strikes on Iran. Oil prices dropped dramatically at the start of the week after Israel's limited reaction to to Iran's missiles. All right, it says basically it didn't hit oil sites, so the market just said boom. See, crude prices fell after Israeli attacks avoid Iran's oil facilities. So interesting with crude. Just drop it, man. I would hate to have been long in that gap down. That's annoying. That's really frustrating. Real frustrating. Okay. I think we can move on to daily charts. Now this market's about to open in 10 minutes. I understand that. I understand that. And we get right into it. There's not much to analyze here for this. Okay, we'll go right to the daily charts here. Like I said, I don't have my market profile and volume profile, so work with what I got. I didn't always have those. I don't need them, but they're integral part of my system. Okay, now let's just look at this SPY. Look what it did. I said to look below and fail here. Tried to go low out of this balance, failed, and started to push up. Usually you go all the way to the other side of balance, which would have been about 586. Could not make it there. Could not make it there, and closed down here. So that it's just back in balance, right? And then what are we doing? 582.50 today. 582.50 would be right here in the upper third of Friday's session. Close down here. Now you're here. It's just like I said, elections really affecting this market. Okay, look at the live look of futures. You can see the kind of same thing here. Just a big balance area. That's really all it is. Moving on to the Qs. Just look at this balance area. I mean, just this range here. And look at Qs. Broke last week's range, the previous week's range, and just failed. Just got pancaked. Boom. Inverse hammer. Right? But where are we at now? 480, 499 basically. 499. You're at 499 now. How insane is that? Close here, you're all the way back up to the previous week's highs. That's the market we have. That's pretty crazy. Okay? Pretty crazy. All right. Now let's look at the futures. Like I said, you'll just see a big balance area. Look at this. Look at this grind. And it's just like you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up. Craziness, right? We're back at the top of this range. Now you got the heavyweight stocks this week reporting. Just a monster slew of earnings. I mean, I showed you that just before. Just a monster slew. All right, that will end it there. Let's go to the 10-year yield, which is driving people nuts. 10-year yield is driving people insane. Okay. Now, look, got a little fake out today. Look at that. Pushed up, got a wick right above last week's range. And now, what do? Do we pull back to the 200 moving average? I don't know. Right? But that is part of this crazy 10-year yield. Okay. Let's look at the second head of that triple-headed monster. We're looking at the dollar. The dollar has had a meteoric rise again. It's doing what the 10-year yield basically is doing. Look, above the 200-day. It's getting a little wick up here from last week and dropping back. What will it do? We don't know. Okay. And the VIX spiked up, obviously, because it couldn't follow through on Friday, right up here, all the way up to 20. And look, we're all the way down to 19.12, waiting for election. Waiting for election. Okay. Now, normally, I would go to our trusty market profile and buying profile, but not today. Not today. So today, we're just going to look at, I'm going to give you a little bonus here and just show you the mess of this market. It's just, you could tell why we're balancing this way, right? We're going to go by sector through sector. I'm just going to give you what's the 411 here, right? Let's just look at sectors. We'll start with the largest. Really? All right, starting with the largest sector here. All right, now let's just concentrate on this chart, okay? This is my monthly volume profile. So just like I have in futures, right? There's last week's most traded price. You see the balance in the ultimate balance right here is in technology. Ultimate balance. Look, up, down, up, down. Most traded price 230, right there. Close right by there. So nothing to see here, right? Moving on. Second biggest. Okay, the second biggest is financial sector. Okay, let's look at that. Look what happened. Look what's happened with financials. Up, 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 pulled back. So financials had a pullback. If you look at the daily charts in financials, look at this rise off the year-to-date anchor VWAP, push, 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 finally got pulled back, right? So the financials, Berkshire Hathaway's pulled back. So last week that was kind of pulled back. So that's going to hold some weight on the SPY. It's going to pull it down a little bit. Okay. Moving on to the third largest sector. It's healthcare. What's healthcare doing? Nosedive. You see, there was an ultimate balance and going down. Let's look at the daily chart together. Look at that daily chart. Look, made a high and it's just been trending lower, heading for the most traded price of the year around 146. Anchor view up 200-day moving average. See? So now you have tech staying in balance. You have financials moved up, pulling back. And healthcare has been continually weak, right? So you can't have, these sectors are not moving together. That's why the market's fighting itself, right? Let's go to the next largest sector is discretionary. Okay, discretionary. Now discretionary had Tesla earnings, right? Was an ultimate balance, right? And then boom, that's Tesla earnings, and then pull back a little bit. So it's in balance, right? You got a very balanced profile here. You can see on the daily chart that it was in balance, broke out. Boom, look, it went down first and ripped up with Tesla. And now it's probably going to head towards balance, right? So that's another sector that's just in balance. Okay. Now next on the list is your communication sector. Now remember, Tesla, Amazon is discretionary. Okay, that's discretionary. Your technologies, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. Right. Financials is your Berkshire Hathaway, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all that stuff. Okay, JP Morgan. All right. Now, we go to communications. Now, communications was at all-time highs not too long ago. Okay. All right. So that's the look. Look at this. It's just they made a move up, push back into balance, right? So nothing to see here. You can see you can look at this daily chart. Coiling, coiling, coiling. All right, you made the move, but then you sold, you got rejected. This is why this market's like this. Okay, it just makes the sense of why this market is doing what it's doing. Moving on, not your Google and your Meta. Moving on to industrial, which is your GE, your Uber, your Boeing, right? Look at industrials. They made a move. Look at this move. Ultimate balance right here. And then boom, made a move to this high volume node, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. Look at that, pulling back. So you have financials pulled back, healthcare pulled back, industrials pulled back. So those pulled back, right? They were not strong last week, okay? And those are really the sectors, the top sectors. I mean, once you go into staples, it goes to 5%. That also pulled back. Let's just look at that real quick. Look at staples. It's just been moving down. It's just been moving down. So all those stocks pulled back, but technology balanced off. So technology balancing and communications that like stayed there, moved up, kind of made the market kind of not do much. Okay. So that's what's going on in the markets. Okay. And if we looked at some of these other stocks that are in those, you'd see the same thing, but it's good to look at the sectors. It's good to look at the sectors. And now I'm going to end it here with the hourly charts because I know the market's going to open. And we'll just look at the market together. Okay. We'll just look at an hourly chart together. It's not the best chart to look at, really, because it's what the market's been doing, right? Here we go. Now here's our volume, which is nice today. 114% volume, relative volume in the Nasdaq, 123% in the ES and crude. Oh, I gotta reset that indicator. Okay, so here's our market. Here's what we have going. And look at this mess right here. Right? So gapped up. Look, closed down here. Gapped up, right? Pushed up. And we're just coiling. We're coiling. Okay. So really, today, what it's going to be about, okay, what this is going to be about is your most traded price of the week is here at 58.50. Also happened to be the most traded price of Friday. You gapped up, pushed up here. Okay, so your resistance here is around, what is that around? 58.84. But then you have supply up here. So it's all about, right? What's it going to be? It's going to be all about what do we do in the supply, right? You notice this resistance to the left here. Okay. Now the market just opened. So, and like I said, to me, it's all about this supply. Okay. And all about this area here. What do we do? Because this little area here, no one's really got hurt except this little push down. But you need to see this area tested or this area tested. That's really 58.50 or 58.90 around. All right. To see what happens with this market. Okay. And you're getting some initial push down, which I expect. I expect that to happen. Okay. And now, actually, they might even give you a bonus. I might even give you a bonus. This is because I don't have my indicators here that I normally have. I'm okay right now, just looking at the market like this. Okay. Now, we can look at what I look at on the open. It's pretty cool. All right. So what I'm going to show you guys is how I look at the watch lists when the market opens. Okay. So check this out. All right. Let's go to Mag 7. Right. Mag 7. And what do? I usually filter it by percentage up off the open. I don't care about the close of Friday. I want to see who's the strongest off the open. And right now it's Coinbase. Who's the weakest off the open? Nvidia right now. Nvidia. So Nvidia is the weakest stock off the open right now, right? And if we go to sectors, right? Let's look at sectors together. I also sort by strength from the open. The strongest sector off the open is energy, followed by financials, right? Nothing's that strong. Who's the weakest? Semis and technology. So whenever semis and technology are the weakest, that's going to put weight on the market, right? That's going to put some weight. Okay. Now I can show you some of my process here. Might as well. Right. Now normally every day I take gamma levels. Right. And we can look at that together really quickly. So the expiration date of Friday is, what is that? Let me see the date of that. And I'll leave you guys with this. All right. Maybe you guys want to take this, note this down. So we got November 1st is Friday. Okay. So November 1st. So I was able to code an, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. All right. Let's go to my app here. Let's go to my trusty app. All right. And we'll get gamma levels. Okay. You can see it right in here, my little app. All right. All we're going to get is the Qs right now. Right. For this week's expiry. So let's do that. All right. Let's do that. Let's go to, what would that be? That would be 11:01. Let's run the analysis. Process complete. All right, let's close that out. And let's just look at our gamma levels together. And I will show you the gamma levels. And let's just see. All right, so we have 11:1 and SPY. Let's put the SPY's gamma levels up. All right. Now we have the gamma levels for today. Let's look at it together. All right, so important to write this down. Okay. So 496 is the, so there's a couple negative gamma strikes here. So right here, I would write down 496. That's a little bit of a change. Okay, but the gamma flip point for real is around 492. So that's your gamma flip point for today. 492. Current price is at 497. All right, 497.64. That was when I generated this script. All right, that was the current price of the SPY. No, that's the Qs. What am I talking about? Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. All right, here's the SPY. 582.32 was the current spot price. All right, now your negative, your gamma flip point is 582. 582 is, look at that. It's already being defended right now. Okay, 582 is already being defended as we speak. And then you got large gamma, positive gamma levels, 585 and 590. You can see all the gamma here, exposure. Okay, there is your SPY. 582 already acted as support, if you can see it right now. Now, just to let you know, if we lose 582 and how gamma works, okay, what that means is we flip over to negative gamma. Okay, now when we flip over to negative gamma, it increases volatility. And what happens is dealers and market makers now have to short with the market. They short with the market. Okay. Now, however, if the market starts to rip back the other way, they also buy back their shorts and it causes volatility. Because whenever you're in positive gamma over the flip point, dips tend to get bought. And then pops tend to get sold and dips get bought. And then you kind of do a nice kind of move up. Okay. That's how that works. Now back to the Qs. I'll just give you the Qs and I'll leave you with the Qs. All right, so like I said, you have an initial 496 here, but the real gamma flip point when it changes over to negative gamma consistently is 492. 492. So right now we're at 497. We're nowhere as near that. All right, but just monitor 582 in the SPY. 500 is a positive gamma strike, so that could be resistance today. Okay. So the Q, like just in gamma, looks very more like a little more bullish. It's in positive gamma already, all right, than the SPY. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Okay. Now I'll leave you with my internals because we're 7 minutes into the market. Okay, and I'll leave you with my internals right here. I'll just bring it right up. This is my go-to. Okay. Now right here, what this is going to do, okay, it's going to plot right here. It takes all the sectors. Now I just want to show you guys this real quick because it's a little bonus today. All right. Let's go into the watch list of sectors. All right. Let's go into what's the strongest sector in this market. Right now, it's energy, followed by utilities, right? Followed by healthcare. Who's down at the bottom? Technology. So that I don't have to look at the market. It's probably red. Okay. Now this plots all of these sectors by weight. And the bars, so if I open this up a little bit, the bars tell me we're under 0. So that generally means the market's going down. Okay. And there's a white line here. That's equal weight. That's if all the sectors were equal. Okay, and this is how I judge the market. Now, if you want to look at the market as a whole, how this indicator works, look. You get negative, positive, negative, and then look at what happened on Friday. Started positive, flipped negative. Okay, and today we are a little bit negative, but this is basically in parity. It's not that strong. Now look at the technology is down 0.28. Oh my God. Sorry guys, hold on a second. God, I'm not used to showing this, so let me show you this again. This is the past week. See negative, positive, and then today you can see this is Friday. Look at Friday, start out positive, turn negative, right? But this is today. We're a little negative. That's not that negative. Now look, I'll show you why. Technology's down. That's the most heavy-weighted sector, 31.7% of the S&P 500, right? But then financials is up, healthcare is up, and consumer discretionary is up. Not big, not big. They're not up big. Dark greener is you're up more than 0.5%. That's energy, right? But these top 4 sectors right now, you have 3 green, 1 slightly red. So that's going to cause a push-pull in the market. It's not going to be easy to read. You need technology either to go join the rest of these sectors, or it's going to take down the rest of the market. Okay, that's how it works. This right here is how the market works because it's by weight. That's how the SPY works. It's a market cap weighted index. The more weight, the more what that market will, the SPY will react to an Apple, a Microsoft, an Nvidia, right? That's how it works. Like little Uber or another stock like MicroStrategy or something like that won't have any effect on the market. A super red energy, utilities, basic materials will not even affect the market. You won't even know. It could be super red. Real estate won't even matter at all. I don't even have those up here because it just doesn't matter. Okay. That's it. I think that's it for me, folks, for today. I showed you a little something different today. All right. Like I said, I will return to the market to see. All right. Now, hopefully, this new motherboard is gonna do what it's supposed to do and not give me that blue screen of death. So hopefully you enjoyed this little twist today. All right. Please give me a like. Smash that like button. All right. I know the market is open. Anybody could watch this later. I think you get some benefits from what I look at. All right. And of course, hopefully today I'll get my activation and we'll be back to normal. But every day at 8:10 a.m. I do this. Have a cup of coffee. Join me. Get the market recap. Get the market news. Subscribe. Send an alert. Looking to build this subscribers up. All right. Looking to build the subscriptions up. So hopefully you guys can join me, and every morning we go over this. All right. So everybody have a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed the bonus content today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.